So the next up, we're going to see the insertion sort. So here insertion sort, actually what we do is we divide the array into sorted and unsorted part. Initially the sorted part contains only the first element and the unsorted part contains the remaining elements. So we then take each element from the unsorted part and insert it into the correct position in the sorted part by shifting the elements. Here we do shifting, not swapping. You have to remember this. So in this insertion sort method, what you're going to do is you're going to loop and iterate through the array, and starting from the second element inside the loop, we store the current element, and we're going to do this way. So this is what is going to be the insertion sort. And remember, it is very efficient for the smaller set of values. If the array is small, that time if you use insertion sort, that's going to give very good result. All right, let's jump to the VS Code and try to implement this, how this insertion sort is done. Let's jump to the VS Code. Now we're going to see the insertion sort. So I'll click over here, I'll write insertion sort.java. All right, here we're going to write each and everything. I'll delete it, and okay, now what I'll do is I'll write public, I'll write the main method public static void and insertion sort, insertion. Insertion sort is the method name we are writing. So okay, we'll write the main method the last. So let's declare the insertions, give the definition of insertion sort here. So what I'll pass is I'll pass the array over here, and let's get the array name to be array. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the length. So let's store it in something. So what is our name? Array name is array dot length. We're going to write. Okay, we stored it here. Now what we're going to do is, so this will get the length of the array. Now I'll write a for loop, and in that for loop I'll start from int I equals to 1, and what I'll do is, because I'm considering the first element to be sorted initially, so here I'm going to write it is till n, it's going to go and I plus plus. All right, now inside this, like, I'll iterate over the array from the second element that you can understand. So I'll create one key equals to array of I. So what does this mean? We are storing it, not arr, ay, array will be there. What actually is going to have is store the current element in the variable called key. So in this we're going to store the current element. Now I'm going to create int j, and that's going to write I minus 1. Now why I'm writing this, I initializing a variable j to track the position in the sorted part. This will track the sorted position. All right, let me write it also. Initialize a variable j to track the position in the sorted part. Okay, in the sorted part, because initially we are considering the 0th element to be sorted, so 1 minus 1, that's going to be 0. All right, so this will track that. Okay, now we're going to compare the key with the element in the sorted part and shift them to the right if they are greater, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to, okay, I'll not write this, compare the key with the element in the sorted part, and shift. We're going to shift them to the right if they are greater, because we are doing in ascending order, if they are greater. All right, this we can understand. Now what I'm going to do is, for that, what condition I'll write a while loop, and in that while loop I'll say if j is greater than equals to 0, and if array of j is greater than key. If array of j is greater than the key value that we have taken, array of I current value, right? It means we have to shift to the right side because it is greater, and we know we are doing in ascending order. So what I'll do, how to shift it, I'll write array of j plus 1 is going to give, we're going to give value from array of j. So this is what shifting element to the right. This is shifting element to the right. If you remember, in array also we did this thing, same thing, right? Here it will be array, not arr, ay. Okay, now it's good. And we have to decrement j also. So this decrement j to move the previous element to the sorted part. So this decrementation of j means what? We to move the previous element to the sorted part. We are moving that, right? Okay, now after this while loop is done, what I'm going to do is we're going to place the key in the correct position also in the sorted part, right? So to place the key in the sorted position, what I have to write, array of j plus 1, and that's going to come from key, right? So this is what, place the key in the sorted part. So this is all about it. Okay, this is the method. Okay, I'll come out of it, and here we're going to write the main method. So public static void main, from here calling and everything stuff we're going to done. So string of array args, and from here we're going to write what, we're going to declare the array is going to be what, numbers. Let's say numbers array we are taking, and we're giving, let's say 5 comma 2 comma 9 comma 1 comma 3. Suppose this is the array value we're creating the array. Now what we're going to do is we going to write a statement that before sorting the array was this, and after sorting this is that. So we can write that system dot out dot println. So we'll write before sorting. So before sorting was array was what? So if I convert it to string, so what I'll write, arrays, for arrays one method is there, toString. So it will convert toString, this will convert the into value into string. All right, so either you can write directly that array of I and something, otherwise you can do this way also, that is like hold, it depends. All right, are going to be numbers. All right, so this will print the array before that. So arrays.toString, this is the method I'm using, or you directly print it, that's your choice. Okay, here I'll write insertion sort function I'll be calling, and numbers would be there, and here again I'm going to write this after sorting. So copy this and paste it over here, and instead of before I'll write after. So after sorting array.toString, I'm changing the array to string, and I'm printing that, so numbers. So I have to include one array import here. I have to include, because we are using array method, so we have to import that arrays, right? Say here what we'll write is, okay, if I click over here, it will give me to import directly. I'll click and import arrays. Now it's gone. Now I'll hit Ctrl S and I'll click the run button. So it's giving error. What is that error? Dot arrays. Okay, import. Okay, some error it's coming. So error is coming to be okay. Let's see the name. Okay, let's change the type over here, edit, rename it. So it's coming in insertion sort. That is exactly correct. Okay, I'll click it over here. I'll hit Ctrl S. I'll continue, and if I run, what is the error? Import, is it wrong? No, what it is saying, the project was not built since path is incomplete, cannot find the class. Okay, build path, then try building the project. Okay, I'll do what, I'll delete all these things. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll build a path. So this should not give error. What we'll do is I'll just copy whole thing, and what I'll do is I'll create one more file and I'll write insertion sort example. Let's say insertion sort example. So some kind of build error is coming. I'll paste whole code over here. All right, Control A, Control V. I'll paste whole code over here and I'll write the insertion sort example name. Okay, this is what our name of the program. Now I'll hit Control S. Now I'll run this code. Let's see if this is running or not. Okay, so we are getting the result accordingly. All right, this is running. I'll delete this one. All right, so after pasting over there, it's working. All right, so that's an compiler issue. Some issues is there. I'll hit Control S. Okay, this is all about insertion sort. Now I'm going to move to the next part. Thank you.